Hello, welcome to the channel, and today we're going to be doing an oil change in a 2016 Cadillac Escalade 6.2 liter V8, and we're going to be using 8 quarts of oil, and it's the same thing as a 5.3 liter V8 that goes on the Tahoes and some of the Yukons. So we're also going to be using Amsoil. I've been using them from time now, and I actually love them. It's going to be a 0W20. In this case, this is the signature series. They have other levels of oil, 100% synthetic. I actually love the little cans. They're wide mouth, they're wider, so they're more stable. They don't fall as much as the thinner ones that you get at the regular stores. They're an online company, and I gotta tell you guys, this product is top notch. Everything, all their specs are above industry standards. So if you're using anything right now, check them out. You have nothing to lose. Go to amsoil.com and put in your car specs. It'll tell you what oil you need, what filter you need, and pretty much everything, transmission, differential, antifreeze, brake fluid, they got everything. And like I said, I've been using them and you're gonna be impressed. You could check out their specs, you could check out their videos that they have there versus other products. You could go online, YouTube. A lot of the people are doing comparison, their oils against other companies, and you're gonna be, like I said, you're gonna be really impressed. Give them a try. I've been using the transmission fluids, fuel stabilizer, cleaners. They have 2-stroke oils. If you do landscaping and you want to buy the best oil, give them a try. Check out their specs. Super protection on the actual engines, on the 2-strokes. Check them out. So I've been using Wix. Actually, that's the part number. And you could get it through them. Or I think O'Reilly's also sells Wix. I've been using them for a while. They're awesome product also. They do have their own oil filters, but they're a little bit pricier than the Wix, and like I said, Wix are top notch, and like I said, you can't go wrong with them. So I like to use these little 3M frameless glasses. You're under the car, some of the dirt falls in your eyes, some of the oil falls in your eyes. You definitely don't want that. And they're super light, and if you sweat, they don't move around, and they make them tinted, and I believe they also have them with the little bifocals on the bottom. And you can buy them in packs of different sizes, so they're pretty nice. I've been using them for years for all kinds of stuff, even landscaping. I like this oil filter wrench. It's adjustable, it's simple, and it works. I've used to use the ones that had the little teeth. They used to tear up all the oil filters. Stopped using that years ago, and I'm super happy with that. I like to use a torque wrench, and in this case, it's gonna be 18 foot-pounds, and you're gonna be using a 15mm socket. Try to use a torque wrench. A lot of the people over tighten it. They think that the oil is gonna, come out or whatever the case may be. 18 foot-pounds, that's all you need. You don't want to strip it later on when you're gonna take it off, okay? I like to use these little gloves. Get these at Harbor Freight, Amazon, Home Depot, whatever your liking is. Nice little funnel, shop towels, old drain pan, and I like to use a little Husky bag, and this little Husky bag, I open it up, I staple it to a cardboard so I could put my tools in the old drain pan. Everything comes out when I'm done, a lot easier, and any other mess stays here, especially when I put the oil back in the can to take it to the recycling center. All the mess stays here. I rip it off, I throw everything out, and that's pretty much it. So we're trying to grow the channel, can't do it without your support. Some of the links below are affiliate, and I'm going to put my reference number to the Amsoil website. If you want to become a member, I believe it's like $20 a year. You get free shipping on $100 orders and over, and they have incentives. They have all kinds of stuff. Check them out. It's they're pretty good. They're really nice. So let's get to it, guys. All right, guys. So I'm using my ramps today. These are really old Rhino ramps. I'll put the links below. They don't make these anymore, but you could use the new ones. They're so much easier than setting up the jack, putting the safety stands on there. So definitely, if you use these, I love them. Been using them for years. Make sure your emergency brake it's on, or you got some safety behind the rear tires. Safety first. All right, guys. So this is my little setup I was telling you about. So you get a piece of cardboard, and I staple it to the trash bag. So once the oil is full, I just pull everything out. I got all my tools on there, so all I have to do is basically push everything in, and I'm good to go. So a lot easier to pull one thing, then pull a bunch of other stuff. All right, so we're good. So let's get to it. All right, guys, so like I mentioned, safety glasses on. All right, so I like to warm up my oil, get all the metals off the bottom of the pan. So I, gave the car a little warm up, and that's kind of like what I've always done. Now you're gonna grab your little napkin and you're gonna clean your drain bolt. I never understood why they don't put a magnet on on the tip of these bolts. I know they sell them online, and like I seen them where they have a little magnet here to collect some of the materials, all little metal shavings and things. So all right, so here we go. Oh, nicely done. So I like to let this drain as much as possible. I don't like any of the old oil in there. So you make sure, in this case, you have this rubber seal around the bolt. Make sure that it is still good, that it's not broken or anything like that. All right, put that aside. Time to do the oil filter. So you're gonna grab your oil wrench, open it up. I mean, if you've done oil changes before, obviously this is pretty common. I'm sure you know how to do this. You know what, I like to grab it with a napkin because it's not as slippery with the glove. And want to go ahead and drain it. Let it drain all the way. One of the things that I like to do is, before you put the new filter, I like to fill it up with oil. So to make sure when you get that circulation in there, you don't want to have an empty filter. So fill up the filter as much as you can, and I'll show you how I do it. And then you're going to put a little bit of oil on the seal, and that's it. All right, let's get to it. All right, guys, like I mentioned before, I like to fill up the oil filter with some oil. All right, you don't want to be running this engine for a little bit with no lubrication, so I like to go ahead and give it a nice little fill. And look at all that oil that needs to go through it before it starts doing its job. So I like to overfill it, okay, and still like almost halfway through the quart, and I still got more. All right, so I think that's as good as it's gonna get. One thing that I like about these bottles, they have the little safety brake. You don't have to be removing that super annoying little silver foil paper that it has on top. All right, so you're gonna go ahead and put a little bit of oil there, not too much. Okay. All right, guys. So the oil has been pretty much drained. Gonna clean your little area here. I'm gonna put in your drain plug and make sure you don't drop it in the oil. Remember, 18 foot-pounds. All right, beautiful. So we got 18 foot-pounds and it's a 15 mil. Go ahead and clean the area where the filter goes. Make sure the seat and the threads are nice and clean. You have no dirt or anything like that. And carefully, remember, you got oil inside your oil filter. Nice and straight. You're gonna hand tighten it as hard as you can with your hand. Okay, and then you're gonna give it about a quarter turn, you know, with your wrench. Oops. A little bit more than a quarter turn. All right. Definitely don't want to over tighten it. Double check everything. Make sure everything's nice and clean. And we're good down here. That's it. As you can see, everything came out. So now, once I put the oil in, I use the funnel that's already, you know, used. I use some of these napkins then to clean my little oil pan. Then I degrease it, I clean it, and I store it away. But you know, I get to use the napkins, so I don't just throw them away. Clean the filter real good, and then put it in a little bag, and I take it to the shop also. All right, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and take off oil filter cap 020. All right. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit. Take whatever oil excess is on there. Sometimes it gets a little dirt in that area. All right. It looks like my little funnel. I have to hold it. Like I say, I love the fact that once you open these, you don't have to take off that little silver crappy thing. All right. All right, guys, so once you put your oil cap on, you're gonna go ahead and turn the car on. Let the oil circulate through the engine. Take out the oil stick, clean it up, and you want to make sure it's in between the two little dots or the little ridges. So we have all the 8 quarts in there. And once you turn off the car, give it a minute for the oil to sit in the pan. And we're good to go. It's like right there. So we are perfectly 8 quarts within the range. So you don't want to be under the little dots or too over. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and reset the computer. While you're here already, you want to go ahead and check your brake fluid. Make sure that your radiator fluid is good. Check the your air filter if you're haven't changed it. I have a brand new one, so I know mine's is pretty good. Make sure there's nothing, any major oil leaks or anything like that. All right, guys, so now comes the fun part, putting all the stuff back into the little containers. And like I said, it's a great thing to have, the little trash bag down there, so that way you don't have to dirty your driveway. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and reset the computer, and you're going to be using this select button. Okay, this is left, right, select push in or up or down. So you're gonna go here to the left, and as you can see, the screen in the middle is lit. You go all the way to the left until you see the red on the left side. Okay, you're gonna go and find yourself the oil life right there. I had 24%, and go ahead, select it, and to reset it, you're gonna hold the select button until it says 100%, and she's all good to go. All right, guys, so 100% oil life set to go, and you have different choices. You could let this go down to 0, and the car will let you know. You could change the oil, or you know, if you want to take it to the 25,000 miles that they say that the oil will do, that's up to you guys. But as soon as mine says 10%, I'm changing it again. I like to change my oil usually before, but like I said, this is it's a little pricey, but it's well worth it. The protection is just unbelievable. Once you put it in, you feel like less friction in the engine, less vibration, and the protection wear is just absolutely the best in the market. So and if you have one of these Escalades, the older model, I absolutely love mine. And like I said, I do like the new one, the interior, but the exterior is horrible. So I'm keeping mine for a while. I love my little manual stick. So all right, guys, so enough of that. I hope you take my advice, go with Amsoil, and you won't regret it, and we will go from there. All right, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. We've got great things coming.